are.
Morning finds me here.
Let's see what awaits. So there's high tension as the judging isn't completed yet, so we're still waiting for the tent to be open to the public.
Pumpkins got first place.
Wait, who's?
All of our 3 pumpkins got first.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Let's go and have a look. Show me.
All got red trophies. First place for all of them.
Seriously?
Yeah, first place, red colours.
Wow, I've never heard of that before. Wow, amazing. So a lovely buzz of excitement and anticipation in the tent. So we've got a lovely collection of veg there. It's one thing to get good quality veg in one class, but to get a whole selection, how difficult is that? And then here we've got our world champion local onion grower. Never disappoints. Very high quality produce. I don't quite know how it works, but obviously there's different classes here, so maybe one class caters for more veg than the other. I don't really know. So as I've mentioned before, I've got a little bit of trouble seeing what the labels are. Some fine apples for baking there. To say what a tough year it's been, there's a good turnout of various bits and pieces. And we've got our dessert apples. Yeah, there is some lovely fruit there. Now, pears, I don't know how they're judged, because some probably aren't going to be ripe just yet, but maybe that's taken into consideration depending on the variety. Now rhubarb, we've got 1, 2, 3, 5. Yeah, at the West Show, I think they had quite a lot more. Plums, and then figs. Very nice. Then we get the berries. And again, we've got the many of the stems cut off.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
So let me just turn this off a moment. Yeah, that's a little bit the issue when you come to the North Show. It's a bit like walking through town the week before Christmas. You see everybody that you haven't seen for a long, long time. And I just managed to catch a chat with one of the judges just before. And I asked him about pears, and he said that all judges are slightly different, but generally you would look for a ripe pear and not a hard green one, but there is room for different judges to look for different things depending on variety. And he also commented how things had changed. Well, with the pear entry was right up this year, purely because we've had a really hot summer. I also took the opportunity to ask him about leaving the stems on berries, and he said absolutely, definitely. That is a big factor. If you just pull them off with no stem, you're marked down immediately. And I thought that was the case. I didn't know whether that had changed, because so many people now take them off. Now, do you know what these are? Very, I'm going to have a sniff in a minute, off camera. They're babacos, and for a while we did grow them in Guernsey. I spoke to the man who was exhibiting them this morning, and he said they grow on a tree. And it's one of those fruits that you either love or loathe, I think. I love them, but other people say they taste a bit soapy and scented. So now I don't know if the grapes are done by, well, obviously blacks and whites, but whether they're by variety as well, because we've got more whites here, or whether some of them are wine grapes maybe, I really don't know. Because of my sight issues, I can't read what's on the ticket. Oh wow, that is impressive. I mean, heaviest truss of tomatoes. How could anybody surpass that? Incredible. Then we'll move on to cherry and mini plums. Definitely need the calyx left on these. Yeah, I presume to judge these they need to put a variety, which I noted, well, I didn't see the varieties at the West Show, but I don't know how you would fairly judge without knowing the variety, because obviously some are bigger, others are smaller, and others have got different shapes. So this is a plum class. Those are the baby plums, very similar to what I grow at home. All the parsnips were so long they ventured over onto the tomato bench. So then we've got various varieties of potatoes. I'm guessing that they are in varieties, although I'm sure there is a heaviest potato class.
Go run this way.
So these are obviously heaviest potatoes, and very fine potatoes they are too. Well worthy of the red card. And second place. Then we move on to carrots. Now these will be probably divided into pointed carrots and the more blunt, stubby ones. Not an easy class to compete in. Now these are a little bit different. Yeah, I think, I don't know, maybe those had a COVID injection. Another tough class. Parsnips. To get those roots like that, oh, difficult. But very satisfying if you can pull it off. Another tough class is the beans. To get uniform beans, all at the right stage, all curling the right way, top and bottom, is no easy task. Very strongly contested, this class. Now this is an interesting one. Cooked and uncooked beetroots. Now I find the skins are so soft when they're cooked. How you transport them to the show, that must be a real challenge. And then I see the judge actually takes one of them and cuts through it to look for the rings in the middle. And again, I guess it's up to individual judges, because there's always more than one. Some would maybe go for a bigger beetroot. Others would maybe go for something smaller. Next we've got cucumbers. Sorry, some of them have got cards over the top and you can't see them. But yeah, worthy winners there. Those are a very different colour to what I'm accustomed to. Oh wow. That garlic. That is something else. Beautiful. These two. Leeks. Always a favourite in the UK shows. Now we move on to herbs. Yeah, other than the obvious, like pests and diseases, I don't know quite how these are judged. It's not a thing I've ever considered. Now this is something completely new. I noticed this morning when putting the entry in. It was known as rosemary thyme or thyme rosemary. That was quite yeah, something new to me. So next we've got onions, always some stunning exhibits in this class. Not only beautiful onions but very well presented too. You know, I get plenty onions from my patch but nothing that would match this. For clean and symmetrical, though, yeah, to get this level of produce you have to be on it. And so many in a class. I mean, if you walk away with any card, even if you don't place but you're highly commended, you must be very, very happy. Oh, a string of onions. Only one entry I can see. Now this must be for largest onion. And there's one outright winner here. Absolute beauty. Then we've got marrows. Various colours. Then aubergines. And then a variety of peppers, sweet and the hotter varieties. They seem to be a bit mixed up here. I don't know, maybe it's, I can't read the tickets, but Yeah. Maybe there's a sort of open class that you can put 3 of any pepper. Yeah, I don't know if those are Big Jim. They're, yeah, not extremely hot, nothing like a Scotch bonnet would be. And you've got various others, yellows and reds.
There was too many onions. My runner is really, it was like a couple of weeks too late.
So, apologies for the stops and the starts, but the peppers seem to be a big crowd pleaser. Everybody wants to stop and take photos of the peppers. And there's nothing wrong with that. Now we've got courgettes. If ever you've grown courgettes, you'll realise how quickly a courgette goes from this size to a marrow. You don't have to turn your back for too long, that's for sure. Then we've got sweet corn. And then we've got vegetables that didn't fit in any other class. So it's a lovely little arrangement in a basket with lights on. It's very nicely presented indeed. And then we got spring onions, which I was a little surprised there wasn't a spring onion class, but there was chives, but no spring onion class, so it's ended up, and it's, yeah, done very well. So this is vegetables that have got funny shapes. And then we've got this one on the floor under the table. Yeah, they didn't like that one. They put it under the table because it's a bit crude. Now, I'm not going to be able to be very descriptive about these because with my sight it's all green and I can't tell what's what in the basket. I'm guessing by seeing rosemary poking out of the top that it's actually a basket of mixed herbs. Yeah, it's hotly contested. We've veered into pot plants now. Coleus, petunia, and then we've got various carrots. different varieties, different colours, and some rather superb parsnips. Worthy winners of the red card. Then we've got maize or corn. The judges' eyes are everywhere. They make sure to open one to make sure that everything is ripe as it should be. Now the hay crop this year is down. We got one bale of hay, and I did have a sniff of it earlier, and it certainly smelled very fresh. I don't know what category this is. Maybe, I don't know, a bundle of hay or something like that. So we've drifted back into floral displays here. Yeah, these are like miniature gardens. Let's go and look for the biggies. Before we go up to the big jokers, we'll just take a look at the eggs. Now I understand that our brown eggs didn't place, but our whites did. Good old white stars. It was a new thing for us. We'd never put eggs in a show before. We just eat them. So we've got various varieties here. So some of them I think will be judged for their variety, their colour, possibly weight and size a bit. And then you've got the big jokers on the far side. Take a look here. So now to the dahlias. Yeah, as someone who doesn't see too good, I just love the brightness of these. They just really stand out. Size of that. And then we've got geraniums. Those look a little bit like balcony geraniums, very dainty. Basket of hanging begonias. And a colourful mixed basket. So we got mixed dahlias here. Personally, I love that colour. But then I also like these for the pollinators, and there's a sort of daintiness about them. Those I love for the colour. I just like all of them, that's the trouble. Now this is one bright table. Now it seems that people have gone for the multi-stem flowers. We haven't got any of the big giants. Now we got marigolds. I like those for colour. I just think it's great that everybody joins in. You know, one of my pumpkins, it didn't get anything whatsoever, and that's okay. You know, good luck to those that do. If everybody that didn't have something that was 100% refused to put it in, it would be a very poor show. And again, I'd like to thank everybody that's made this possible, because I just rock up, turn my camera on and enjoy everything, but there are people that have been working probably 10 months to make this all happen. And free of charge, which is even more amazing. So, helichrysum, I think they're called, straw flowers, good for drying. And this is the final table. Alstroemeria. I think that's probably Status. Bodleias. And then, well, we got some, well, I don't know, I don't know if they look a bit helichrysum like, but I don't think they are. And here we've definitely got Cosmos. And other. Let's just go round the corner for our final one. house plant. Oh, they're all house plants in this section. So, there's our white chicken eggs. First prize. Very happy with that, indeed. So, that was our browns. Nil point on that one.
One of them was a little bit darker than the others, that would have lost a bit.
Yep, not enough uniformity there. Very well done, Dan, a newcomer. First prize.
Again.